Hey guys, today I'm going to real quick go over average rate of change with you. It was a little confusing when we did it in class, and I just wanted to go over it, give you a little bit of help, maybe perchance, we'll see. So you're going to see a question like this, and you're going to say AROC and then 0, 3. You'll be like, what the heck is AROC? First of all, like, that's kind of weird. And then 0, 3, this is a point that's right here. That's not even on the graph, and that's not really going to be helpful to you at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the two things you need to understand, which is slope, what was a funny L, sorry, and intervals. Intervals. I can't really spell today, I am sorry. So, first let's talk about slope. Slope is pretty straightforward. I mean, I feel like anyone who's taken algebra should at least be able to recognize this, that you can do the rise over run. In this case it's sinking, not really rising, but rise over run would be -1 over 3, and that would be your slope equals -1/3. And that makes sense linearly, but when you're talking about the slope of a parabola like this one, it's not exactly quite as straightforward. I mean, obviously it does have a slope, but it's like a parabolic slope, or, you know, where they have the x squared in there somewhere. So when they're asking you for the AROC here, they're not asking for that. They're asking for a literal slope. They want a linear slope, like in that other problem. They want to see something like this, where it looks like that. Now, to get that, you have to understand the intervals. Now, what an interval is saying is it's going to give you something like this, but it's not talking about this point here. It's actually talking about the range between x equals 0 and x equals 3. So what you got to remember is intervals means the x-axis. Now, obviously, this isn't always true, and it'll sometimes change, and, you know, math will get more complicated in between there. But as for right now, it just means between there. This is your whole interval. And so, really, in the case of this graph, it just means from here to here. Like, where do these parts stop here? Now, again, it's not straight like a line where you can take a slope of it. But since they're asking for average rate of change, here, let me zoom out. See it up there, average? Since they're asking for average rate of change, all that means is that you're just going to make a point here, and you're going to make a point here, where the interval starts and ends, and you're just going to draw a line. That is all you're going to do, and then you can rise and run with this line, or do the fancy y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which will give you the same answer, but that's just more math, and nobody really gets doing that. So I would say just stick to this. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 over 1, 2, 3. 9 over 3, or you could just say 3.